Your phone is breaking up, Jose. Stand still by the window there. Now, let me ask you the part of what I may have missed. How is she doing?
I can't disclose any information that her and I may have had, and that's something I just can't comment on, Geraldo.
When you look at her, how does she seem to be doing?
I'm not a therapist, I'm a lawyer. So those kinds of questions I think are best left up to the mental health professional. I know Casey's been through an incredible traumatic event in her life. She's had a number of them over the last 3 years. We're certainly going to do our best to try and put her in a position where she can help herself and try and move forward in life.
Does that mean therapy? Does that mean a residential program? How is she going to get the help to heal from the trauma of losing her child by whatever means, being in jail in solitary confinement for 3 years, facing the death penalty?
Well, we're certainly exploring all possibilities right now, and of course we have to take into consideration her safety, and all of these things are what we're looking into right now. Unfortunately, we don't have all the answers just yet.
Unless you want to tell me, I'm not going to ask you where she is, but are there specific threats? Are you afraid for her physical safety?
Here's what I'm afraid of even more so, Geraldo, and that is we live in the United States of America. And this young woman had her day in court where a jury of 12 found her not guilty of murder, manslaughter, and aggravated child abuse. We need to start respecting jury verdicts and decisions that juries make. Pundits and media personalities have no right to try and alter the life of any individual because of what they think may or may not have happened and what they believe. And that is what is by far my greatest fear, that people are not acknowledging the great sacrifice this jury made and the hard work they labored over to render a just verdict in this case, which I believe they did, they believe they did, and that's really all that matters.
I agree that the jury being vilified is obscene, constitutionally speaking. But I have to ask you about these rumors. Is she or has she left Florida? Is she or has she or will she change her name? Is she getting plastic surgery? Is she becoming a blonde? All those things that have been reported, Jose.
Well, Geraldo, number one, all of those are questions that I would have knowledge of only through the attorney-client relationship, and I certainly couldn't disclose anything like that. And, you know, the key fact is here is that Casey has been acquitted, and she is released from jail, and she deserves every right, like any citizen in this country, to go on and live her life. And it's unfortunate that these questions and these conversations and these rumors have to come up, and that's really just all that really does add to the threat.
I understand all that and agree with that, but what's making everybody crazy, Jose, and you know this, is the feeling that she's going to cash in now, make millions off this terrible tragedy. What's your response to that?
I can respond to this. She has certain rights as an individual in this country, and we will labor hard to ensure that she has the ability to exercise those rights. What she's going to do, no one knows. And I just heard on your network that someone is claiming that there's a deal for $1 million. That is not so. I was going to meet with the individual and to hear whatever offer he wanted to make. And that was the only agreement I ever made with him, was to sit down with them and listen to what they were offering. But that is not the case. In fact, I am not meeting with them. I am now going to change my mind. This is not the way we want to handle Casey's affairs from this point on. It is in a in a dignified manner and parading offers and making media appearances about prospective interviews and things like that. That's something that we want to be a part of. So just setting the record straight on that. That's really all I can say.
What relationship will you and Casey have? Will you continue to be her attorney going forward, Jose?
Well, I'm her attorney, and every act that I've had with her over the last 3 years has to do with the attorney.
You know, speaking of attorneys, I have Mark Littman, the Anthony family attorney, on tonight. You have a message for him, or more to the point, for Casey's parents or her brother Lee?
No, I've spoken with Mark, and any communications I have with Mark, I've got his number. I can call him up myself. I don't need to do it on television. So.
Okay. When will we be hearing from Casey's own mouth her side of the story, Jose?
Well, you know, as far as those questions, I really don't know. Right now, we want to just make sure that she can start living her life. If she decides she wants to speak publicly about it, she'll make that decision. But, you know, no one has the right to tell another individual to go out on television and say, you know, whether that decision comes or not, that remains to be seen. Right now, like I said, we're just moving forward and trying to start trying to put the pieces back together for Casey's life.
Listen, counselor, whatever we feel about your client, you did some brilliant lawyering. You don't deserve to be bundled in as if you were a criminal. I think it's really disgusting. Congratulations on your performance in that courtroom, and you know, I'm sure we'll be speaking again in the future. Thanks, Jose Baez.
Thank you, Geraldo. Take care.
Okay. With all the vitriol and the lawsuits piling up, can Casey live a normal life, or will she, like O.J. Simpson, be forever shunned? That and what does the best legal panel on television have to say about what you just heard from Jose Baez? Back in a flash after this.